Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by. Listen here, this is a great show for us on this day. Today is Monday, January the 6th. The current time is 4:39 p.m. We are broadcasting live from the studio. What a way to come back from the holidays. Happy New Year's. Okay. It's been a minute. And like I said, I'm so excited that we are back because we're going to review the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is a recap. Rumble in the Jungle. Justice for, I was going to say Jordan, Gordon, and Ray. Oh my goodness. You know what? When I saw this episode, my heart really went out to the fellas, to the men. I mean, because these are two upstanding men. Um, and when I think about the upstanding men, when we talk about reality TV, I think of Nene and Greg Leaks. Like, I just kind of feel like, and I'm kind of off topic here, but I'm off topic. I miss Greg Leaks. Like being on the show, he was a great addition. He has so many pivotal moments. He has so many um unbiased opinions. And when it had come to the ups and the downs, because remember they had gotten a divorce and then they had got remarried. And so just to kind of see where they started from and kind of like up until his last day. It means a lot. So rest in peace to Mr. Leaks and the Leaks family. And congratulations to Nene Leaks as she welcomes another grandbaby. And prayers up for the family. In this episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, titled Rumble in the Jungle, we delve into the drama that unfolds during the group's trip to Panama City. Wendy leads the ladies on a shopping and dining adventure, but the atmosphere quickly shifts as Mia and Ashley find themselves at odds. Additionally, Stacey makes efforts to connect with Gizelle, while unresolved tensions among the group come to a head during the evening festivities. Join us as we recap the highlights and low lights of this explosive episode, including the quest for justice for Gordon and the revelations surrounding Ray. Now, listen here. I want to thank you all so much. Give me one moment for all of our royals, for all of you out there. This is just a simple, quick thank you. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. Without you, who would be watching? Okay, so on episode 13, Wendy takes the group to Panama City, like I said, for their shopping and dining. And so the first scene is going to be pretty much Mia and Jacqueline. Well, Mia was in this uproar. She was looking for her phone because Gordon had taken the children. The man that she has children with has taken the children child, and Mia is up in an uproar. Like I said, she is utilizing this camera time to forward a message that she's been portraying out here. And I kind of feel like it's wrong, Mia, the way that you portray Gordon. And then, we see clips of you praising him, saying that, the co-parenting is great. He's a great father. And it's like when things aren't going your way, he's the worst thing ever. And I can understand that because you all are like in the middle of a divorce, so I just kind of feel like you're adding so many people in this, and I feel like you're gonna have regrets later. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So Mia says, he lost his kids, he lost his wife. Gordon doesn't believe I'm on this trip with y'all. He thinks I'm with Ink. Well, why wouldn't Gordon think that you were with Ink? Because you've been putting ink before your husband and y'all haven't even divorced yet. So when you talk about the control, it does seem like ink does have some sort of control in the decisions that you make. And it doesn't even have to be because he's verbalizing them. It's your actions, and you want to be with him a little bit more than what he wants to be with you. And I kind of feel like that can be an issue. I feel like that can be an issue because if you're way into the guy more than the guy is way into you, you're gonna seem like you're this chaser, you're a groupie. That's how you could really capture the name groupie, like just off top. When you're into him more than he's into you. I know me as a lady, I like to be chased. I'm not interested in chasing no man around. I don't no, there's nothing cute about that. I mean, when I was younger, you be in puppy love and all that when you just starting out the date, when you don't know no better. But I just say like when you're a particular age, you should know better. All right, so let's get into this. Jacqueline and Mia made a whole scene. Jacqueline amped it up, making phone calls. She was playing like she was the assistant. They played Gordon to the left. They were like, oh, he's not answering. Then they finally get in contact with somebody. I think it was like the sister, Gordon's sister. And she was like, oh, they're with my mom. And so they calmed down. I'm not gonna lie to you because Mia is so, she's kind of high and low. So you just don't know when to really take her serious. You don't really know when it's a camera moment. I feel like it's always a camera moment. And then the reason why I'm saying this is because we've saw Mia personally ask her children, ask her daughter and her son, how are they gonna feel about mommy and daddy divorcing and things like that? Those are questions that a child should not have to answer. I just feel like that question can be traumatic. The question could be, it could be traumatized, and now they feel like they have a responsibility to keep mama and daddy together. When in reality, that's not really the case. So I feel I have a soft spot for me as kids. I have a soft spot for all the kids, right? But them in particular going through this. So once they confirm that the kids are okay, the first thing Mia wants to do is take tequila shots. Um, and so the ladies get into the Sprinter. Now they're headed into Panama City. Miss Wendy, Dr. Wendy is about to take them shopping and do some more things. So, update on Kiki and Greg. Oh, excuse me. So, Karen wanted to know what was the update on Kiki and Greg because Kiki and Greg, I don't know, with them, it seems more of, like I told y'all before, it seems like Portia and Cordell Stewart all over again. When Portia was just so innocent and Portia, really didn't, I don't know, Portia isn't the Portia that she is today. And I've noticed if you ever watch The Housewives, Portia has definitely grown into a woman. But I want to say in her earlier marriage to Cordell Stewart, she was very naive. She was very naive. She was so naive that you would have thought that she was a 613. And the 613 is a hair color. Okay. Yes. Yes. A 613. So I say that to say this. So Kiki, it just seems like she is just, oh, I don't know. It's a disaster just watching her cater to this man. And I don't know, like their interactions and stuff, it really doesn't give me um she's really bright. Mia said that she dated some drug dealers and things like that in the past. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with it, but girl, it's like, okay, you got your street dudes and then you got the professional dudes. And you network and you correspond very differently. Okay. You're talking about corporate meetings, talking about keeping a clean slate, not, when you're dealing with business, because he has a family business. And Kiki doesn't seem like she's just all in for that family business. When I tell you it's a family business, he's got the mama, the aunt, the everybody, everybody's got something to say. So if we already know they're human just like we are, family talk. Y'all don't think that there's conversations of, yeah, she might be becoming his new wife, but do you have a prenup involved? Do you have this involved? You don't think that the family is in his ear about Kiki and with her spending habits? You don't think they're keeping an eye on your spending habits? I had a girlfriend, she's a wealthy girl, and she said that, one day it was for a holiday or something like that, and her husband's sister had went up and went in her closet and found a person, said, hey, I want this, and decided that she was going to keep it. So the lady, she didn't find out until the lady came downstairs. But people become entitled. So I don't know if this is going to be that situation, but let me go ahead and move on. So Kiki met Greg 1 month after he got divorced. Now I want y'all to get into that. That was very quick. Okay. Kiki had her own thing going on. Of course, Mr. Greg had his own thing going on. Kiki speaks of living with her man. When I saw Kiki bringing things over to that man's house and he would roll his eyes, he's like, okay, now you're going to be crowding up the space and, we're not going to have any room for anything. My thing is, I think that Kiki needs to probably take a break. I shouldn't say that. Kiki should focus on her family. I kind of get the gist of Greg is like a family man. He wants his family. He's about his business though. But I kind of feel like he wants to retire from the family business and just kind of let the family run it and it be a legacy for his offsprings that he's going to produce with Kiki. I think they probably need to focus on getting things going in the bedroom. All right, so let's go ahead. One more thing before I get off of Kiki. Now, I might get some backlash from this, but I feel like Kiki is boring. I feel like Kiki is boring, and I feel like she's looking for her dad and Greg. That's just how I feel. Listen, she just gives me her energy, her aura is just like, Greg. It's like daddy, 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 daddy. I mean, when I hear her, it's like, give me a set of earbuds so I can just kind of let her part go through. Moving right along. So Gizelle and Ray, they speak at the lagoon. So that a private conversation. You know how Gizelle is, she likes to pry into people's business, but she don't wants to tell us her business. Get into that. So Ray, which is Karen Huger's husband, decides that he's going to share some tea with Gizelle out of all people out the group, right? So he says that, he still has a list to complete because Karen had gave him a list and he's going, he's going downtown, he's opening up the door. So pretty much there's been conversation about Miss Karen going down and giving Mr. Ray the BJ a fellatio, giving him fellatio. And I feel like, I mean, they're both attractive people. Let's just say that. They are for each other. They've been together for X amount of years. And so we're going to get into the part where Karen has more things for Ray to complete before he gets to BJ. And, one thing that she did mention earlier was that, with she, in her last season or before, whatever, Karen had made the statement that she was going to be vindicated. And I do feel like she's vindicated because at the end of the day, in order for you to really take accountability, you have to see what's going on, right? She sees what's going on. She's going through the court process. She sees that the justice system is not playing. And so I feel like she's taking accountability. I didn't see her drinking and throwing back booze on the show. And when you talk about it's the little things that count and it's the little things that matter, those are the little things that matter to me. Because she could be on the show, oh my God, I'm going through this court and, it's a reason to drink. No, I feel like she's taking accountability and it might not be the accountability that some people are wanting or the way that they see it. You get what I'm saying? So prayers up to Miss Karen. So Jacqueline, let's get on over to Jacqueline, didn't have anything to talk about but what happened with Mia and Gordon and the kids being taken from the nanny to family. So Jacqueline, oh my goodness. Jacqueline definitely, Jacqueline, you made me feel some type of way on this episode. You made me feel some type of way. Jacqueline, you made me feel some type of way. Because it's like, girl, I want to hear about your business. I want to hear about your business. Bring your dude on. Let us see a phone call. I mean, I want to see the interaction. I mean, how does he feel about you up Mia's rear end? I need to know. I need to know. Very questionable. So, who am I taking? Okay. So let me go ahead and get into this. All right. So, let's get into this. So they arrive into Panama City and show, shopping, it's food, and then they kind of break up into two groups. And one thing that I can say about this trip was Dr. Wendy, you really did your thing. You did your big one with this. Dr. Wendy, you really did your big one. I loved the fact that, it was out of the country. And Dr. Wendy seems very fun. And you know what? So Ashley and Ashley and the girls, they know something that we don't. Child, they got Dr. Wendy a little 420, little, a little pipe or whatever. I was like, okay, Dr. Wendy. Okay. But, love you. Okay. So listen here. So get into this. So like I said, I love the locals, how they embrace the ladies. They were giving compliments. And it was just like a fun little vibe, like just being in a place, the guys are at home, you're out with your ladies, and you're really doing the most, right? But doing less. So there was more gift buying. They honored Dr. Wendy and her daughter, and that's what I did love. Like the ladies had come together and they were like, okay, well, Wendy, she did this and her daughter and this, that, and there, just how they were crediting her. And when you talk about getting your flowers, that really means a lot. It really means a lot. So it was a good look for Dr. Wendy. All right, so Mia received pics that the kids are okay. they played, past clips, like I said earlier before, on how Mia was praising Gordon as a parent. And like I said, every time Mia gets upset, she wants to tear this man's character down. She wants to blame it on mental health. She wants to blame it on, you know, being tied down. But then she's 1 minute she's good with him, 1 minute she's not, 1 minute she's good with him, 1 minute she's not. 1 minute she's cool with both of them. And it just flips. But that's what happens when you're juggling more than one relationship. And especially you're married, sister. Right? I can understand if you had a husband and he's into polygamy, he wants more than one partner. That works for that. But Gordon wants you for himself. He doesn't want to share. See, Ink, he's okay with it. Ink is okay with it. As long as you pop that thing, allegedly, or do whatever it is that you do for him, you're all good. Now we're gonna move forward. Now they get to rum tasting. Okay? And let's make this clear. Let's keep it 100. Karen asked for ginger ale soda pop. Okay? It was no rum tasting for her. And once again, Karen being vindicated, taking accountability, not having nothing to drink. It could have been easy, just, let me just have a little sip, right? But no. Those decisions and those choices are very big. They might seem small to some, but when you're in recovery, when you can say, no, I would rather have this. Round of applause. Okay. Now let's get into it. So the gift exchange, Jacqueline keeps throwing shots at Karen, literally. I mean, she's over there just buzzed up. Now, mind you, Jacqueline is pretty much on this trip to be Mia's assistant, be her hype girl, be all of the things. But just last episode and the one before that, Jacqueline and Karen. Jacqueline started off the episode with telling people, oh, well, Karen called me and she sounded drunk. So you already out here starting stuff. So you didn't lit the flame and you didn't threw it. And now that it's ablaze, now you're acting like you don't know what's going on, Jacqueline. Like, y'all need to rewind back. Jacqueline started with Karen first. Karen did not. This is when they were in Lake Norman, right? Let's get into it. Jacqueline has been shady. Okay? So, once again, about the drinking, because it seems like Jacqueline's role on this season is to call Karen a drunk. Call her a drunk. See if she's going to drink. Offer a drink. Talk about the drink. That's pretty much what it's given. She says, we're not driving, so drink, Karen. How are you going to tell this woman when to drink? Karen is sobriety. Karen is not sobriety. She just knows not to drink around them, okay? Karen is not sobriety. Karen has her little 1-2s, 3-4s, but at home, out of the camera, in her own domain. As long as she's doing it not in no vehicle, as long as she's going to get an Uber going forward, if she does decide to go out, have a little drink, we need to be more responsible. And like I said, this is her vindication. And I think that she's definitely taking accountability. I think that people are wanting her to say, oh, well, I did this. It's an open case. They are filming. People are going to see this. She knew people were going to see this. Now, with that body cam footage, I don't think Miss Karen was counting on the judge saying, you know what, we're not going to disclose this. Let's get into it. So the octopus has arrived. And so the ladies are at the table, which I thought was a very cute moment. They started imitating each other. And so Kiki got up and she started imitating Stacey. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. So it was like flips of Stacey apologizing. Then she went on to Mia. And of course, she just took the bottle and we already know what she did with it. Everybody knew it was Mia. The ladies continue, and so they get on Kiki because Kiki was the main one calling everybody out. So everybody felt like Kiki was like, and Greg said, oh, Greg, and Greg said, so it was real cute. I thought that it was a cute little fun banter. Let's move forward. Gizelle got left in Puerto Rico. He didn't like her. She didn't like him. He still wants to be with her. Yes, they came out of nowhere. I was wondering where that come from too. Gizelle decided to tell us that, it was a situation where her and his dude, it didn't work out and he left her in Puerto Rico. She was like, but I told him, you better pay that tab. Gizelle, come on now. We are not buying that. Like, girl, you was we gonna leave that alone, Miss Gizelle. Hopefully Namse is working out for you. If you guys don't know who Namse is, remember when her and Ashley went speed dating? Girl, dark chocolate. She's got a type, bald head. I mean, he's a very nice guy. I really hope that he works out for her. He really does seem like a nice guy. But let's get into it. So Ashley asked if Jacqueline shared ink in the past. Oh my goodness. I mean, why would Ashley ask that? Ashley, are you looking for a piece? Like, because it's starting to get me like Ashley is, I don't know, Ashley has opened up a side that I'm really interested in on another show. I'm moving right along. Jacqueline finding herself experiencing men with her friend Mia. How many times are we going to hear Jacqueline and Mia had this? Jacqueline and Mia got in the shower. Jacqueline and Mia is with this guy together. Jacqueline and Mia is with, we know. Nothing is surprising. I wouldn't be surprised if they were using a two-headed you know what. Moving right along. So the appetizer is done. The full course is on the way. So remember when Miss Wendy had took them shopping before they had left? They got the dresses. Remember Kiki had got the orange little Kiki, that orange number on your skin. Oh my God, to die for. Like, I feel like all the colors that the ladies were wearing, but Kiki, yours is my favorite. I've got to be honest. All right, so let's get into it. So Mia FaceTime and Ink when she lands. She lands on Saturday. So when she lands on Saturday, instead of Mia going to go get her kids that she was crying for, that she needed tequila after everything was resolved for, she decides that when she lands, she's just gonna go right out and go to Ink. Why would you do that? That right there, if any of this will be used in the court, you were willing to give up your kids' safety that you had cried for, that you had made a big deal about, and then it's just like on to the next one. Really? Is that what we're doing? Okay, so let's get into it. What will Gordon say? But her excuse was, well, my oldest is in Atlanta. But anywho, so all of this, I say, remember I told you about the outfits and things like that. So they end up changing at the restaurant. They get dressed, they leave, and head to dinner. They go for the full course meal. So they make it to dinner, and Dr. Wendy expresses how she feels. The kids are just not fit for what's going on, and she feels like Mia needs to protect them a little bit more. And you know what? One thing I can say is I wish that Mia would protect their children a little bit more. Um, like besides like all the drama, like you can hype it up and you can go with the other ladies, but you dealing with these two dudes. One minute you praise them up, one minute you tearing them down. It was a bit confusing. It was a bit confusing. So whatever it is, whatever you have going on, I just really hope that you work it out soon, and protect those kids. Um, so let's get to Gizelle and Mia. So Gizelle and Mia, they get back on the part where Mia says your girls were sneaking boys in. Mia apologizes. Giselle amps it up again. Then Jacqueline jumps into action to defend Mia. Mia, Jacqueline keeps jumping up to defend Mia. But when Jacqueline is in a hot seat, Mia is just sitting right there, watching, sniggling, giggling, popping her fingers, probably scratching her nails, or doing whatever. She is not defending Jacqueline. And it's given Mia is the dom and Jacqueline is the sub. I mean, if we really want to think about it, looking from the outside, looking in, this is just how I feel from my lens and my mind. Um, but Jacqueline couldn't even come to Lagoon Party. Then she showed up. I mean, you're making a fool of yourself, and then you over here laughing at drunk driving. You made a mockery of it. So just as well as Miss Karen has went into her situation and went and had 911 show up on the scene live in the field. And now you feel like this is something to laugh about. Very distasteful, Jacqueline. Wrong time, wrong place, wrong joke. It was a total fail to me. Um, so they get into it. Mia says they're so miserable. You know what? Dr. Wendy says the 613 girls. And so Mia, I guess, no, I forgot who didn't know what the 613 girls were, but it's the blind girls. Okay, 613, 613. The only person should be wearing 613 is Karen. Okay, so Stacey didn't know what the 613 girls was. Okay, Stacey is a little proper. She's fun, but sometimes she can be a little 613 girl. Okay, let's get into this. So Mia expresses that she hasn't been 613 since she was an entertainer. And then we're going to wrap it up with Karen says Mia has some things to focus on. It's on Mia to make it right. So it pretty much in there. Listen here, this episode was definitely fire. I can't wait until I see my fave back on there. Jazzy. Shout out to all of the ladies. And on that note, this concludes our review and our broadcast. Make sure you all go on over to Real Housewives of Potomac. Give them a like and a view. Okay, watch the episode. Come back. See if my review was on point. Until next time, so long.
Something. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. So what's a girl to do? She needs love. Girls need never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say